Right. Motherhood Sex Marijuana.com. New logo, new things. Don't forget to come and check us out at Motherhood Sex Marijuana.com. Go to our featured products. Yes, check out our $20 one click called A Valentine to My Body. Make sure you get yourself a copy of that book. And of course, to continue to support us, go to shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. New things, new logo, new things to come through and support. Motherhood Sex Marijuana.com. I am Kai Storm. This is season 3. Be in the building, G.
In celebration of Black History Month, we would love to talk to you. Again,
And of course, what's good, bro?
Queen.
Hey,
Motherhood Sex
hey.
Marijuana. Woo! We got the throwbacks on.
We got the throwback going today, honey.
Ooh, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Shit. I mean, you just getting off of work. So, I need to ask how you doing.
You know what? It's crazy because yesterday I worked 11 hours at this new job that I just got.
Oh, whoa.
No, real shit. Deadass. I've never wanted to work anywhere for 11 hours. And I shit you not, I felt like I was there for like maybe three hours at the most. The time went by so fast. And for those that are tuning in on this blessed podcast, Motherhood Sex Marijuana, the motherfucking building.
Always in the motherfucking building.
Yes, featuring Queen Kai and Queen Rue. We just Queen Kai is about to share her job because she got something up, and then I just got, it's probably like my 5th day maybe working at this place. I work at a cannabis shop. It happens to be one of the very few in Seattle that accepts like debit cards, for example. And I miss doing that, you know. Shout out to an Everett. What was that motherfucking shit? Local Roots, right? Local Roots did that shit, right? Yes. So yeah, and so I love that. I've been learning so much. And I must say, I've applied for so many jobs. And this has been like my favorite place to work by far because it's set up right. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's actually women owned. Sorry to be biased. I'm sorry. Hey. Everybody's very professional. I've never met a more knowledgeable staff in terms of just willingness to help and just a plethora of knowledge. Everybody, like, there's like no ego. You know what I'm saying? And I love that shit. And so I think it's meant to be. And I just see myself really thriving. Kai and I, we're businesswomen. We're always going to have our business. But if we have to have a job, we will do it. You know what I'm saying? We will hold it down.
I mean, the fact is, having a job is for now is necessary until, you know, we work out for ourselves and then this is our business is the job. But you know what I mean? The foundation still has to be laid. And absolutely. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And being in a place that you actually enjoy being is great. You know what I'm saying? My situation is going to start tomorrow, so I don't really know. But either way, the main part that I'm gonna be enjoying is the fact that there's money in it. That's the bottom line. The money in it. But yes, but on the sense of Motherhood Sex Marijuana and everything we're doing, yes, let me tell you something. Because and yes, I'm so glad that you brought up Ganja Goddess, because Ganja Goddess, which is the place that you work at now, that has brought on an opportunity for you to actually meet somebody from Trap City, and they reached out. So you know what I'm saying? They reached out and they definitely want to be on the show. So we definitely gonna get that in the works.
Yes.
And that is important not only for us, but also for Lit Magazine, another entity that we will definitely be talking about more on Motherhood Sex Marijuana, because yes, we are definitely getting into this networking and getting into all the right pockets that we supposed to be. And yes, also with that, over the matter of fact, yesterday, that to talk about dispensaries, because the 2 dispensaries in New York City are currently called Weed World and in indoor cannabis. And yesterday I went and got this right here. You probably can't see it, but it says gas cake.
Okay, I can actually read that from here. Yeah.
Okay. I can't read it. And I got this one that says Lucid Dream.
Ooh.
And then they actually got my favorite, Blue Dream, which you can see I done cleared out. I done cleared that out. And I got this Blackberry OG. Now, I've made a contact now, and of course, and also in buying that, I've also made contact with people in the store. So the name of the game is to try to find out what is going on with these stores, to be in the know with these stores, and to find out what any kind of inside tidbits about these stores that we can share with our viewers, that not only live in New York City, but could come to New York City and could possibly be thinking about doing the same thing that Trap City is doing, which is opening some cannabis stores right here in New York City coming this summer. And
LGBTQ friendly as well. I love it. And congratulations, Queen. And I know that you would make a wonderful asset to any team. And you know exactly, I mean, what better way to spend our time by doing exactly what we believe in?
Indeed. And the fact is that these are the kind of connections that, you know what I mean, especially from the ground floor, making these kind of connections is the kind of thing that's going to not only help us grow, but help them grow. Because the fact is, these are new entities in New York City. This isn't like the West Coast where it's expected, you know what I mean? For years and years, you know, the West Coast had that on lock. New York City is just starting to get that on to a certain level of lock. And if we can get some little inside tidbits and talk to people within the inside, yes, we definitely gonna get that. And you as the viewer of this here podcast gonna be the first one to see it. Yes, you are.
Absolutely. And we're gonna give you all the goods in terms of like product, right? There's so many products that are out there. There's so many different strains that I haven't even smoked. And these few days, like I've been educated so richly just by like my coworkers and
imagine,
obviously. And it's because of this weed culture that we all share, you know what I mean? And I think the destigmatization of this amazing plant just could not happen any faster. The decriminalization of it just needs to happen across the board, so that the federal government can get the fuck off of our backs and let everybody enjoy this shit as they rightfully can. I can't speak for other places in the world, but because I live in America, so I give a shit about what the fuck's going on in America. And that's from somebody who actually was born in another country and on an island, you know. And so I'm so excited. It's not surprising because it was just a matter of time that we would meet the right people that we need to.
Indeed.
But it's to be able to be totally conscious of what's going on right now for the both of us and for the vision of our business together. It's just like, it's overwhelming, and we can't help but be grateful along the way. Like, thank you to everybody who's helping us.
Absolutely. You have to give thanks. You have to give thanks to the spirits, to the movements, the meditations, the affirmations. You got to give thanks to all of that, because that's what's bringing us to these moments. And one more thing I forgot to mention too, because my king is a weed aficionado, especially, you know what I'm saying? He has found out, and he has found out that apparently the marijuana licenses that are being given out in New York City, they're being given out especially to people who have marijuana convictions, like drug dealers. Have you sold weed in your past life illegally? Please stand up and get your marijuana license.
I love
you
that.
You can sell weed legally. Yes.
That gives me some hope. That's beautiful. Yes. And I hear, and this, if anyone can correct me or shed some light on this as well, is that I heard through the grapevine that there are some licenses that are actually given to not only, those that have been convicted are minorities. And I think that is amazing. People of color, we have the chance to really stand up and be a part of these major industries that we are maybe the lower end of the fraction, because there's so many, it's so predominantly male, so predominantly white, whatever the fuck. But we have the chance, y'all, to really make our dreams come true in any industry that you're in, whether it's in cannabis, whether it's in automotive, and whatever, fashion. Just as long as you don't give up and you meet the right people and you stay true and you just work hard and just stay focused, really, it sounds cliche, you're going to meet the right people.
Absolutely. But the fact is, we're focusing on the cannabis industry because obviously that's one of the things that encompasses our podcast. But if you as a person that, let's say you don't smoke weed, you don't have anything to do with marijuana, you want to get yourself in, a lucrative industry that is clearly budding, hey, marijuana is definitely it. And best believe a lot of the people that are in the marijuana industry don't fucking smoke. So you can't just, assume that yes, it helps that you smoke. It definitely is a good thing for you, to have some knowledge on strains and where things come from and things of that nature and how things are moved in this industry. But you don't have to be, you don't have to be a marijuana smoker to be a marijuana expert or make money on marijuana.
No, but you can enjoy the green just like we all enjoy the green. You feel me? Yeah. And there's so many topicals and then like tinctures or stuff for your pets. And these things should be really considered. Don't let the fact that they're not USDA regulated or whatever, don't let that stop you. Do your own research, do some trial and error. And a lot of these ingredients they're giving your pets, you can have it yourself. Like, that's not even anything. They just happen to be like bacon or salmon flavored, right? But the whole premise is that this plant that we're so crazy about, that we're smoking and puffing every day, that we're part of this community that shares the same light, is just such a healing, amazing, life-changing plant. And this is more than a podcast of a couple of stoning moms that like to get they fuck on. This is way more than that. And I'm so excited. But girl, I got some tea for your ass.
Yes, honey. Yes. Because I, you know what I'm saying? I realized that you needed to get something off your chest, the other day. But the other day was just one of those days where literally I smoked and me and my husband got to doing the grown-up thing. And then when we did, and after the grown-up thing, we just fell asleep, and it was just like, wait a minute, talk to people.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't right now. I'm so tired. I can't. Oh my God. Oh my
God. And that's self-love. That's self-love. That's taking time out for yourself. And it's a conversation we could have had it, you know, in the future, no problem, because Indeed. It's still a conversation. And no, oh my gosh, no worries at all. I love that. There's what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, as busy women, we all gotta, you know, make sure and that everybody gets, you know, time out of us. You know what I'm saying? You gotta split yourself between the kids, between, you know, between your lover, you know what I'm saying, you know, for yourself, you know, what I mean? It all has to be split up, you know what I mean? So
real talk. And thank you for that reminder. Sometimes it's a balance where I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing like every single thing for the kids. And then it's like, oh shit, that can't work either. I'm not trying to spoil nobody. They can do some shit for themselves. Indeed. And it's like, then, you know, I need some, because my pussy's gonna need some attention later. And I want to make sure that I'm there for whatever dangalang, you know, my dangalangs too. So I'm just saying, yes, absolutely, queen. And as you should, that's called self-love. That's called health. That's called caring about your family and caring about yourself. Oh, girl, I'm gonna have to light one up before I get into this subject. But go ahead and enlighten us with some more positive news before I have to bring the rain clouds out.
Oh, damn. The rain clouds gotta come out and shit. Well, shit. Well, hey, again, the positive movements of Motherhood Sex Marijuana is that you should always be checking us out, because yes, every week we drop in new episodes, and yes, the commentary, the content will go from serious to laughable to you know, things we need to talk about. And yes, one of the best parts of our new upcoming movements is that we are making connections in the cannabis industry that you will definitely need to be here for. Number one will be Lit Magazine. Definitely remember that name, Lit Magazine, because we're going to be in it. We're going to be all about it, and we're going to be promoting it. And you are definitely going to want to get your first copy when it comes out. But yes.
Yeah. Leading industry trends. Shout out to Lit Magazine, Diana and her team, Lit Industry Trends. Shout out to Aura Project and Nia Tally. Shout out to the amazing Monty and Mr. I'm so sorry. Why is it escaping me?
Mike, you talking about
Mike and Monty.
I am loving Light TV. Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
His Instagram,
baby. To them as well. Shout out to all the business entities, and shout out to My Time for Massage.
Yes, and the brand ambassadors. Yes.
There's brand ambassadors. Shout out to our girl Haifa. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Haifa. I love
Leslie in the building.
Her. Haifa in the building, Leslie in the building. We got Pocahontas. We got Michelle.
Yes, Michelle. All the past ambassadors are all good too.
Absolutely. We love all of y'all. Thank you for helping us with everything that you have done. I'm just trying to light this blunt before I get into my little rant. But if you guys, this is a trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning. So if you are, if the issues of family, I would say family disagreements is something that's really delicate for you, the rest of this might not be for you, because I'm going to get really deep with it, because I'm tired. And okay, I'm gonna try not to overwhelm myself with emotion, because right now we need to have as much logic as possible. So this is what happened. I'm going to spare you the details because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. Okay. But I got uninvited to a family event in which every motherfucker was invited but me and my family.
Yo.
So this isn't the first time that I felt excluded. That's why I even had I was even, so I felt compelled to even post a thing on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I was so, on my personal Instagram, I was so, at a loss for words. And I was just like, how ironic is it that a motherfucker that's all about family gets dissed by their family continuously over and over again? And I'm not over here crying like a little victim and, oh, woe is me. I'm sure that I've done some things, but the fact of the matter is I keep getting judged. It's a judgment thing. It's a judgment because I'm not perfect and because I do things that you don't like. And I'm not even going to mention because honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do at this point. But here's the thing. I told my mom after tears and frustration. Actually, let me be honest. At first, I acted like I didn't give a fuck. Then I read a ridiculous text message in which confirmed that I couldn't attend this family event, right? I don't give a fuck what shitty ass motherfucking excuse was given. It was a fucking excuse. You didn't want me there. And that's fine, but that hurt. And you know what? I had to admit to myself, okay, admit that this hurts. Admit that, you're crying because you're so sad, so sad. And then it's like, it's crazy because the beef that started off with more people and everyone else is going. And I'm still, yet again, excluded. And this ain't some like third cousin thrice removed or whatever the fuck motherfuckers say when you have a distant relative. These are my family members, And then I couldn't help but, as if that wasn't as if that wasn't bad enough, I discover to my demise that somebody very fucking close to me called CPS on me again. Y'all motherfuckers need to stop calling CPS, dude. And this is what I'm talking about. Hey, if someone's like doing some shady shit to some kids or whatever, sure, have a fucking field goal. Don't ever fucking call CPS because you want to see somebody down. Fuck you for that. And if that happens to you, may whatever God's or the devil, whatever the devil has to do with you because of doing that, that's going to happen to you. I'm saying that publicly. Fuck this motherfucker that called CPS on me. I guess you could say I get the last laugh because my kids are still with me. Ain't nothing changed except some inconveniences and some unnecessary drop-offs. You know what I'm saying? We all know what it is, guys. But a motherfucker, I'm gonna say this right now, a motherfucker like me doesn't deserve CPS called on me. So because this shitty person, let's just say, is so riled up for whatever reason, and I don't even give a shit if you're mad at the father of my children, you're affecting me, bitch. You're affecting me, bitch. So it's just like, that's one thing. Like, I've seen some questionable things. We've seen some questionable things, right? My dad, rest in peace, but he beat the shit out of my brother as if he was a grown-ass man. And my brother was what, like 9? Yeah, why didn't we call CPS? Because we don't get them involved in our shit. You know what I'm saying? That probably warranted a CPS call, to be quite real with you. To be absolutely real with you, because my dad went too far on my little brother. Hell motherfucking yeah. I would totally, even though I'd be like, I'd feel some type of way, I would understand why they did it. I don't even hit my children. Y'all hear me? Y'all understand me? I don't even fucking hit my kids anymore. I wish I could sometimes. Dead ass. I wish I could knock some of them out sometimes. Real shit. But I don't. Rue uses words, Rue uses logic, Rue will apologize when necessary, but you're never going to hold one over on me because I'm not stupid, you see?
Mm-hmm.
But see, it's like I've had another instance, and fuck these motherfuckers that did this when I had Sela a long time ago, had my first natural born baby. I'm happy as fuck. They found THC in whatever, you know, my blood, whatever the fuck. Of course, I smoke weed. Okay, so y'all want to get CPS involved. That was the first taste that I had. So that had a really bad taste in my mouth. And then I just didn't feel supported emotionally at the time by my family. You know what I mean? And rather than, oh, we'll do whatever. And that was even before, like, I'm not talking about the great help that they did. I said at that moment, I was being judged for smoking weed from my family. So they did not help in that situation of, you know, I was hella judged for smoking during my pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
My kid came out just fine, thank you, both of them. The ones that I have.
Of course.
And then for this situation, which happened just fucking last week, oh, bitch. You bam. And then when these people came over, I said, I'm sorry you wasted your time. You're more than welcome to talk, because I know you have to talk to them to make sure that they're not indeed getting abused. But when you're done with that, I would say, you know, that's pretty all much we have for you. There's nothing else that I'm infuriated the fact that this is an inconvenience to my schedule.
Yeah.
And a waste of fucking government resources.
Basically, waste of fucking government resources. Like real fucking talk. Like now, I mean, I'm not going. I mean, you didn't say the reasons why they didn't invite you to whatever event it was. I mean, it don't even matter at this point. But I feel I feel what you're saying, because me personally, I sort of kind of just went through something like that not too long ago with my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad literally, first of all, my dad is in his 70s. You know what I'm saying? My dad is definitely in his 70s. You know what I'm saying? And your man has a cell phone. He don't know how to operate his cell phone. You know what I'm saying? It, just like any other older person, you know what I mean? Technology is a bit of a reach. I get it. And the other day we having a conversation, and he's asking me, you know, about my whole job search and, you know, how's it going? And I kind of just, you know, was just giving him a little rundown of what it was. And he said something to me like, you know, a lot of these jobs are, you know, involve computers. And I was just like, yeah, I know that. Like, you know, like you telling me something, okay, whatever. And then he's like, well, that's the reason why you haven't got a job yet, because, you know, you don't know how to operate a computer. And I'm just looking at him like, sir, you can't even operate your cell phone. Like, sir, you don't even know how to answer your own phone when it rings. Sir, I'm gonna beg you one time to sit the hell down, because you don't know what you were talking about. And as soon as he said it, it was like, not only did it ring in my head as, okay, not only is he thinking that, but because I know how my family get down, my father has already shared this thought with other people in my family, other older people in my family, and the general consensus from way back to now is, you know what I mean, that I'm not that you know what I mean, I'm not, you know, what everybody wanted me to be. Is how I get it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes, you know, the weed smoking. Nobody likes, you know what I'm saying? When I first started my whole book, you know, promotion, and I was writing my books, people was like, okay, well, do it for a little while, but you ain't gonna keep that up forever, right? And it was just like, you know, there was just never no encouragement, and it was always, you know, a judgment to everything I did. Even even with my last child, because after all, I had my last child, you know, when I was, you know, about 42. So of course, you know, even that was judgment. So it's just like everything, and much less when, you know, the whole process that I went through coming back to New York, and you know, everything that I did to come back to New York. So the whole, you know, there's always been a judgment in my life. So when I heard him say this whole, you don't know, that's why you haven't gotten a job yet, because you don't know how to work a computer, I'm just like, okay, so this is another thought that you people have spread around the family. And even if I showed you proof that whatever the fuck you saying is fuckery, it don't matter, because the whole family done got the word, and that's the judgment, and that's the thought that's being passed around me. So it's just like, you know what, I've gotten to the point where it's like, I don't even fight people. Yo, think what the fuck you want. Think what the fuck you want, homie. And what? Don't invite me. Shoot, I don't want to go. Fuck what? Yo, let me tell you something. And that's just me. That's just me and the antis, and because and that whole, I don't want to go, because like, I don't know if I ever told you, but you know, me and my kings, his family, we don't get along at all. Like none of them like me, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And so when in the summertime, when he goes to barbecues and the family barbecue, I ain't invited. You think I give a fuck? Man, I'm in my house like this. Like, what? Go ahead. See y'all later. What happened? Now I'm in my house doing this. And I'm happy. Because guess what? These four walls are mine. You feel me?
Right.
Ain't nobody in here gonna be judging me about doing this.
Exactly. With your nails did, your hair looking fine.
You feel me? I'm doing me. I'm happy, and I ain't getting judged. I ain't getting criticized. I might be getting talked about. That's all good. I can't hear you.
That's not your problem.
I can't fucking hear you. I'm over here, not worried about whatever the fuck you could be saying about me. It's because whatever the fuck you saying about me ain't got nothing to do with direct deposit in my account. Ain't got nothing to do to put the food in the house. It ain't even buying the weed I'm smoking. It ain't even buying the weed I'm smoking.
Right. What exactly? And that's where self-love is so crucial, because once I dried my tears too, like, it's just like, all right, it's okay. I have other ways to manifest my love for my family members without, you know, having to feel like I'm missing out on anything. Because if I want to have an experience with a family member that I personally love and that actually respects me, then I'm going to set that up and I'm going to make that happen. And these memories are still going to be great memories, cherished memories. And my children are only going to be around people that truly love and honor and respect them. There's no ulterior motive, because I don't have any ulterior motive. And so I'm so glad that you said that. It's like, we don't, with all due respect, your opinion is just a projection of what you are to yourself, or how you see people, yourself. I don't know, but it isn't a correct one if it's any negative coming this way. Because trust and believe, we're the last ones to try to exclude anybody. In fact, we're trying to be inclusive as possible. And I appreciate you sharing that. That's
definitely ain't moving things my way. Like, your opinion of me is not my opinion of me. It ain't never gonna be, you know what I'm saying? No. Your opinion of me ain't never gonna be my opinion of me. And the few times, I gotta tell you, the few times that, you know, CPS has been called on me, there have always been, you know what I'm saying, someone that, not somebody that genuinely saw abuse in a situation. No, it was somebody being in somebody's business, or somebody wanting to be malicious. Like, the very first time that happened to me, it was literally my landlord who was trying to get me to move out, because I was complaining to New York City and getting him all getting the fucking inspector to come in, because he wasn't providing any heat. And I'm looking at you like, if I'm paying you rent, I don't want to be cold, and you not doing nothing about it. So I'm going to call the city, and the city came in. He had a problem with the city coming in, giving him tickets about it. So naturally he figured, okay, I'm going to call CPS and say she leaves her child at home, and her child is 7 years old and all of that, and told him all kind of stories. And then when homegirl came along, that was the reason why I remember this just so well, because when homegirl came along and checked me out and checked out my child and checked out all the details that this so-called landlord told him, and realized that everything he was saying was just fuck shit, literally she looked at me and said, you know what? Right now, I have a case where a dad is beating his son with a hammer. I should be over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking care of this, of that, because he needs my motherfucking attention. He is truly an abused child. Because that is where I should be right now. But instead, I'm over here on some false ass claim just because this motherfucker don't like you. This motherfucker want to get at you some kind of way, and he figured the only way he could get at you was to call CPS.
Fuck him for that, and karma's gonna get your ass, you motherfucker. And literally, and anyone else that does that type of shit.
And literally, every time anybody does that, this karma shows up and comes and fucks you all the way through with no KY. Like, are you serious? Because at the end of the day, come on. They have to come in and do an investigation. They don't just come in and believe whatever fuck shit you ran up and told them.
You gotta verify.
That's not how that fucking shit goes. They don't, but they fucking come in and do an investigation. And when they start realizing that they in there wasting their goddamn time on looking at a child that is well taken care of, well mannered, ain't no reason for me to be up in here. Then they say, well, shit, here's a paper. I was here. That's it.
Right.
But
and you know what?
At the end of the day, that's the real shit that these people, that whoever sits down and makes these CPS calls, because again, every single time it happened to me, when the person shows up and starts looking around and starts checking the check, they realize that they're wasting their motherfucking time.
That's precisely what happened in this case, and in the first case, and in this case last week. And so it's just, I don't know. I don't agree with it. Fuck y'all for that. You're some weak motherfuckers, for real. And then I had a point of that, but as far as parents go, if you find yourself in a situation where you're wrongfully being accused of some shit, or people are trying to do this, for one thing, we would suggest that you just remain calm and cooperative. Remember, you have nothing to hide. If you have nothing to hide,
the main thing that saved me, the main thing that saved me is having everything on paper. Like literally, the first time that happened to me, the chick was like, what? Because I was like, what happened? No, because they was trying to say, because first of all, the landlord told him, I leave her alone for hours, that she don't even go to school. Boo. I was like, here, school records. She's in school. She has fucking 100% attendance. Then because the only thing, because what he got lucky was the fact that at that time Africa used to come home from school sometimes and stay in the house and wait for me to come home instead of going to after school. She had an after school program that she was assigned to, but there was times where she would be like, fuck it, I don't want to go. I'm going home. And that was the time where he called her in the house, and she was in the house by herself. And at the time she was 11, and you know what I'm saying? The age to be alone is 13. So that was the situation. Really, that was the only thing that he had that could say. But at the end of the day, when homegirl asked me, I was like, yo, She signed up for after school program. Here go the attendance for the after school program.
Right.
Call them and see if she not there all the time. Matter of fact, and at the time, there was times that, you know what I'm saying, Africa's father would sometimes pick her up from school. So I even had them to have them talking to him like, yo, talk to him. He'll tell you she don't be in the house by herself like that. It's just that she decided to come home. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Sound like you.
What the fuck? So and again, they like, you know how they do, they check your fridge and make sure you got food. They talk to the child and make sure the child okay. Again, they did all of that, and then they realized they you know what I'm saying, they're wasting their time. But again, having paperwork, having fucking everything on tag, fucking dotted I's, crossed T's. As soon as they show up and you pull out all kind of shit and you prepared and ready, they looking at you like, shit, what the fuck I'm coming here for?
Exactly. Wasting my time. And then also know your rights. Like if you are in a position where you have to discipline your child, know that you do have a right as your parent to discipline your child. If they did something, they fucked up somewhere, I mean, don't fuck them up. But I mean, if they're at an age where you're still spanking them because it's your prerogative, that's your baby. And if a cop that comes and he has half of a brain, he's gonna say, and just like a cop came to my house one day because one of my children were like just wilding out, screaming at the top of her lungs. And so, yeah, people are going to call the cops. Cop came. We told him exactly what happened. He said, well, you didn't beat her. No, we didn't. Well, it's not wrong to discipline your child. Anyways, if you had to sit and talk to her, she didn't like it, and she's wilding out, and you want to, and there are programs, especially in Washington, I found out that for youth that are like not, or let's say that you're misbehaving and you're really causing chaos, you can be put in programs that will check your ass, and you'll have to deal with the cops if you want. And you will be arrested, and seriously. And I would never want to put my kids in jail. Hell no. But it's like, here's the thing, it's like I would never even want to call CPS on somebody, let alone that. So what we're saying is know your rights, remain calm, have your documents, as Kai said. Also, fight for yourself, like not in a negative way, like make sure you make yourself known. Don't be scared of these people. Indeed. They're just government workers just having to answer to higher ups. They, and if somebody is logical, they will listen to you. They will listen to you. They're supposed to listen to you anyway.
And the proof is in the fucking pudding. And that's what they're doing. They're sitting there and listen, you know what I'm saying? They're sitting there listening to all the keywords, everything that you're saying, everything that you're doing, all, and they're looking around at the whole environment. And if it looks like it's an environment that everybody is taken care of and people are eating and chilling, and nobody is being abused in any way, shape, or form, and then you are speaking the key words that show that you not only know everything about your child, but you care about everything that's going on with your child, and that you making it clear that this whole accusation is far in the ridiculous lane. Lane. That person will automatically judge what the fuck they're seeing, because that's what they're there for. They're there to judge what they're seeing. And if shit is false, you know what I'm saying? When shit is false, they can see it's false. When shit is fugazi, they can see it's fugazi.
Exactly. And being cooperative really is the main key, because like I said, because I looked up, I even Googled, like, could I deny them a visitation? Nah, you got to participate or else they really gonna think some shit's wrong. Exactly. So yeah, I was like, okay. So, hey, I told my kids, I was very transparent with them. Hey, somebody called CPS. We have nothing to hide. So don't worry. You guys aren't going anywhere. They ain't got shit to do. You know what I mean? Someone is just being malicious. So they understood that. It wasn't even any prep involved. I was like, they're going to ask you where you sleep. They're going to ask this and that and that. Just be very cooperative. Now, I'm not telling you to tell them our whole family history, because it's none of their goddamn business.
Of course not.
But just, you know, and so it was great. It was wonderful. And yeah, I did have to show some documents, but oh the fuck well. I mean, I have them. What's the problem?
The fact that you have them is again, the fact that you have them, the fact that you know what I'm saying, you can reach out to them, and that alone, all of those are key points for these people. You know what I'm saying? Right. The fact that, you know what I'm saying, again, they looking around at everything. They looking at the child, and they, you know what I'm saying? And they'll ask them some funny shit like, what you had for dinner last week? And the child will think it's just a regular question like, yeah, nigga, I had pizza. We went out and shit. We was eating good. Motherfucker hearing you say, they're like, oh yeah, that means this nigga's to taking care of you. Because if niggas wasn't taking care of you, you wouldn't be eating good pizza and talking shit.
And it's funny because right when these motherfuckers were about to leave, we had DoorDash delivery coming with teriyaki plates. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's it's like, bitch, and I ordered this even before you got here. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, this is how it shit is. Like, these kids don't really want for anything. Yeah, we have a long ways to go in terms of our dreams and aspirations, but they really are doing just fine. I was so upset.
And the bottom line is, unless you have some actual fucking evidence of abuse, unless you actually have some evidence of mistreatment, unless you actually have something that of actual value that you can use against me, shut the fuck up. Shut
happy trails, yo,
and stay to the fucking side, because at the end of the day, you can't, you really just want to fucking like, really, like, what's the like, really, at the end of the day, just like you said, when they go away and nothing is happening, the kids are still there, then what you gonna do then? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the fact is, it's basically a civil fucking matter if they fucking keep calling and making reports, because the bottom line is, CPS is, according to them, they're not supposed to tell you who's making these reports. But it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like what if none of your fucking trickery is working, then what? And again, with my family, it's just like I said, with the whole thing of this conversation that I had with my father, it was just like, you don't even know how to work your phone. I know that you don't know how to work your phone, but you telling me some like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, really, like if you understood what you were saying, you wouldn't even said it, because it sounds dumb as fuck. Like, but because I have respect for you, I don't really want to tell you this sounds dumb as fuck. But nah, I was just like looking at him like, nah, that's not it, Dad. Like, that ain't it. Like, like, you don't, like, you don't, like, you come from the days where you filled out a actual paper application and turned it in. Like, come on.
And then again,
what day we live in now.
That just sounds like projection. And sometimes, and that's why I love the fact that we're being more conscious about how we speak to our children, or how we express ourselves, or how we encourage our children, because encouragement means a lot. There's sometimes, you know, I don't understand everything that my kids like, but I encourage them to seek out the things that they like. Mm-hmm. And if I don't understand it, then that's fucking fine. I don't need to understand everything. It's not anything bad, and that's all I care about. It's actually something positive, you know?
Right.
And so I do hope that whoever's listening to this, you don't think that we're over here just ragging on our family members, because we're not. We actually love them so much, but we want to be real. We want to create real content, have real conversations that really happen.
No, but this is a real conversation too, because I mean, in no matter, you know, what race or you know, nationality, culture you're from, you have situations where family members are, you know, not accepted for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? And they'll sit around and like certain family members will judge people, you know, based on, you know, sexual orientation, and you know what I mean, anything, just, you know what I mean. I even like earlier today, I watched this reel, and it was a comedian, but I could understand the sad part about it, because he was making a joke saying that, you know, that he's from Barbados, but because he's lived all his life in America, he sounds American. So you know what I'm saying. So his, you know, his Barbados family don't accept him. You know what I'm saying, based on the fact that he don't sound like them. You know what I mean? And then he made a joke that he put this chain on, and as soon as he put this chain on, he automatically had an accent and was talking in the accent. Therefore, and then as soon as he started talking in an accent, he started kind of making fun, like he was crying, like, yo, my family are gonna finally accept me, yo, I'm gonna be able to finally go to family parties and shit. And even though I was laughing, I kind of, you know, heard the sadness of it, like, yo, can you imagine just you not accepting me because of a fucking accent, and so now I got an accent. I could come to the party now, like,
it's ridiculous. And that's why I'm really big on creating your own family too. You can create your own family and make it filled with a circle that truly loves you. Real shit. Word. 1 second here. I'm just going to.
Hell yeah, but
I so appreciate this so much. Another thing is, you guys, whoever's going to the Cannabis Expo in June, Kai will be there to represent Motherhood Sex Marijuana and various other brands that we are connected with. And so if you're going to be there, make sure to look for Kai. There's also a banging ass party. I see a yacht party, so you're gonna be, you know, doing big things over there. That's pretty fresh,
man. Listen, I told the king about the party. He's definitely excited, so yeah, awesome. I'm definitely gonna be getting his ticket. But fantastic. And I actually told Nia about it. Nia of the OR Project. OR Project is something that we are also a part of. You know what I mean? Getting her all the dollars that she needs in order to expunge marijuana charges, to get her whole process going. Yes. When I told her about the expo, she definitely said she would be going. So you know what I mean? So, and I made sure to told her about the yacht party. So I'm not sure if she's going to come, but hopefully she's in the building too. And yes, all the brands that we will be in connection with, because yes, indeed, Motherhood Sex Marijuana is doing a lot of good things, making a lot of good connections. And when we get to that expo, we absolutely will be representing all of the brands that are helping us get to that expo, because that's going to be a big expo. Yeah. And again, like I said, things happen for a reason. Just like, you know, you meeting, you know, the people of Trap City, like that's just happen for a reason. And then you being in a place that you can just make other connections that can also not only help us, but help all the brands that we're involved in. And so you as the audience member, you're gonna get to watch all of that. That's exciting.
Yes, definitely exciting stuff. I was really enjoying a lot of the videos and the content that we've already put out. And sometimes I'd be like, damn, I forgot I said that shit.
I know, like today's video where we were talking about cyberbullying. Oh my God, because like all of your responses was just funny. Just like when you said, yeah, maybe you should just take up gambling, something that just hurts you. And it was just like, yo, that's on point, straight up burn. Like, get out of here.
And let's not mention all the times you just have me over here cracking up. I can't even talk. Just all the funny shit that happens on this podcast. I absolutely love it. And I'm amazed by it all.
Just us, the whole visiting of Times Square. It's just like every time you come in the building, you know we got to do the Times Square now. Now it's like it's going to be a tradition with us now.
Definitely. And then we're going to be on that shit. We're going to be on, our faces are going to be plastered on there. I kid you not. I already see it.
One of those.
And what did I say about the yacht thing? I said we was gonna be in yachts by the end of the motherfucking year. Now I need to catch up on and find a yacht out here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, shoot. I know summertime that's Seattle likes to do a lot of boats in the area and shit. You know, when the weather's good. So shit, make sure you find your way on one of these parties, yo.
Definitely.
Word, but yeah,
Queen, I mean, it's been such a wonderful
this is always a wonderful every time we get together, shit. And the fact is we have conversations that absolutely need to have, you know what I mean? Because first and foremost, anybody calling, one thing I want to make sure and put out on this podcast is that first and foremost, if you're calling CPS for a child, you should, if any kind of reporting you're doing, any kind of you call it, like you calling police or you calling the mall security, you know what I mean? The if you live in some kind of special, you know, apartment complex that has security, whoever, if you're calling these people, make sure you're calling these people for a good fucking reason, because if you look at it, if you look at the big fucking picture, a couple of Black people died because people calling fucking police for fucking wrong fucking, you know what I'm saying? Wrong fucking accusations. You know what I'm saying? People get caught up in you think you know what they doing and they not doing nothing that you think they're doing. Or you just want to fucking have aggravation in their life, so you decide to call people and just have reports. Because literally every time, even when they don't do nothing, see, when CPS comes, they make a report and they put it in a file. And if the file is growing, somebody's going to eventually pay attention to that fucking file. So if you are calling these motherfucking people, be sure you calling them for a good fucking reason. Please. Be sure that when these people actually show up, they showing up to actually do the work that they are paid to fucking do. Don't call them just because your ass decide that you don't like me and you got a problem with me and you want to cause strife and struggle in my motherfucking life. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because again, karma is sitting around looking at this shit. Karma is looking at you and it's going to show up at your door at the most inconvenient yet convenient fucking time for you.
Real shit.
So please don't do that. Because again, when you call them on people that actually got paperwork, that actually doing what the fuck they doing, you thinking, and again, you don't know what they doing because you sitting on the outside thinking. You sitting on the outside scheming. You don't know that yes, while I might be sitting here and I smoke 3, 4, 10 blunts, you don't know that that dinner already cooked, food and already been shopped, and I already washed motherfuckers' clothes. Everybody good. You don't know none of that. So, but when they show up, they get to see all of that and they realize that they wasting their motherfucking time and somebody called them because they full of fucking shit. Full of fuckery. They just a waste of space ass motherfucker.
And if you truly cared, seriously, if you are really so concerned, then what can you do that would help the situation? And why do you think that CPS would be the answer? Oh, because you know it's not the answer, because this all ties back to the malicious intent. Mm-hmm. And that malicious intent is what we're fucking talking about. We're not telling y'all to not call CPS if you think someone's in danger or if a child really needs that help. We're not saying that. We're saying just what Sister Kai said, make the fuck sure that you know that and another thing, it also takes a village. So sometimes there's aunties and grandmas, grandpas that have to take on babies, you know what I mean? And if that's really in your heart to do that, then fucking do it. And don't look for and if it's not for you, then it's not for you. But what you're not going to do is make it more difficult for people that are in fact in the grind of it. You don't want that smoke. And this is more than a rant of me being pissed off at the inconvenience. It's me giving a public service announcement. It's us really sharing how you don't want to do that thing. You're affecting true lives. We've been on the other end of that, those wrongful accusations. We know it's not fucking cool, and we be damned if we was doing any of that shit.
I mean,
I'd be quick.
It's not just again. It's not just that you're calling CPS. You're actually setting a fucking stage where you fucking decide that you want to cause strife in my life, and then when the strife doesn't work, then what? Then what? Again, if like you said, if you actually cared, then step into that situation. Ask some questions. You know what I'm saying? I might need genuine help. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe like if you could just, you know what I'm saying, come in and just chill with the child for an hour. If the child decides to come home, like, why not? You know what I'm saying? You already know that, or not even chill. Check in on the child or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Offer some fucking help. If you see me in a situation, and ask me questions where you can fucking help. Don't just decide that you just gonna jump and call CPS and then because really the hope in calling CPS is really that something happens, the kids get taken away, and then they get to sit hormones high again and judge some fucking more and say, see, I told you, I knew she was fucking her. I knew she wasn't taking care. I knew she wasn't. But then you don't get the chance to say that. So then what? But then you don't get the chance to say that. So then what? So again, if you really want to sit on Mount High and judge me, I suggest you better make sure you have fucking evidence to back your shit up. Because I got evidence to back my motherfucking shit up. Better believe, no matter how high I get, there's evidence in this motherfucking section. Best believe there's a whole drawer of evidence. Come test my shit if you want to.
Real shit. And yeah, you guys, we're all in this together. I don't think anybody has all the answers to all of this. This is a lot of our perception and what the opinions and our passions, our feelings, and I think forgiveness is an amazing tool in this self-journey game. I recently been practicing more forgiveness recently. And I'm naturally a forgiving person. I don't carry a grudge, but I'm talking about with these deep rooted relationships that have gone sour. You know what I'm saying? So recently have I truly been like, all right, I'm letting go. I don't wish any ill. You know what I'm saying? That's just being real. And I feel better for it. So I think, as it's been said, forgiveness is more for you, right? The person who needs to forgive than whomever, because I doubt that anyone's losing any sleep over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That naturally,
exactly,
directly pertain to them and their best interest in that moment. Exactly. Indeed. But Queen, this has been a fantastic.
It's literally just a fucking. A low blow just to be an asshole for no reason. When in no way does the win or the lose affect you in any kind of way, but you want to fucking still want to be malicious. But yeah, girl, this has been a great episode. Of course, every single time. It's always a great episode with you, honey.
Appreciate you. That green look good on you.
Oh, hell yeah. We got to rock the throwback as well as the new shit, you know what I'm saying, to make sure, remind people to buy the fucking merch.
I freaking love it. Motherhood Sex Marijuana.
In the motherfucking building. Yes. All right, Queen.
All right, Queen. See you later.
See you later.